Hey guys, this is Mike Howerton back again with Area 51 Alien Factory. I got with me my partner in crime tonight, the Admiral Tracy Rumschlag, and we are going to do another one of our videos in our setup tutorial series that we've been working on, and we are just rolling through them tonight. So this is our third video we're recording tonight. Again, these are going to be released probably over the next few days, but we're recording them all at once. And so as we head over to Tracy in the garage in this particular video, we're going to talk about one topic. Again, trying to do these videos as one topic per video. And this time we're going to talk about track bar adjustment. And everything that Tracy is about to share about track bar adjustments is universal across C open, B open, and A open. Track bar functions the same way. And so what we're going to start with in this video is we went and grabbed a baseline plus setup from Major's Garage. Now, Major's Garage is a great tool. I did a video review, an in-depth video review of Major's Garage already. If you haven't checked that out already, go and check that out. It's a great review of Major's Garage. Also, I did a video a couple of days ago about two sites that you can get free setups for. And so if you guys are wanting to build and you're wanting to get solid bases to start with, these aren't going to win your races, but they're good solid bases to start. If you do oval racing, C open, B open, A open, there are two places I would strongly recommend you go. One is osracing.net. That is Old School Racing is what it stands for, osracing.net. The others is majorsgarage.com. Both of those have free base setups for the oval NASCAR series. And so we went and grabbed one for B Open, the Xfinity car, for Atlanta from a previous season. They don't have the current seasons up yet. They haven't posted it for tomorrow yet, but at Major's Garage, they have previous seasons available for you. So we just went and grabbed the last time that we were at Atlanta. It'll work for this video, and went and grabbed their free baseline plus that you can go and download right now for free. Also, if you have not clicked the subscribe button and haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please go down and hit that subscribe button right now. And you can also check out our affiliate link to Major's Garage. If you follow that link to Major's Garage, any purchases you make for the next 30 days there at Major's Garage, if you decide to go ahead and subscribe to get their faster setups as part of their subscription, we here at the channel get a very small commission for your first month subscription. So check out Major's Garage. We got the link down below in the description. So without any further delay, we are going to jump right into this topic of track bar adjustments and how you can use the track bar to help make the car feel better for the way that you drive and feel better for you while you're on the track. Let's hop over right now to the Admiral, and he will probably kick us off with his catchphrase.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Drop your beer, grab your gear. The Admiral's here for another one. So anyhow, on the last one, we were talking about spring packages in the back for the builder, trying to figure out what to do when they get these setups if they're not quite right. So this particular one we have Major's Garage that's available on their website for nothing, which is great. That's excellent for them. And here at Atlanta, and so it'll be for this week. And without
Tracy, before you get into the track bar, I want to point something out. So we were using the iRacing open default setup that they offered the last time, and that's what everybody was seeing on the garage in the last video. And they had like what, a 125 on the left rear and a 425 on the right rear, which was it was a split. But you mentioned in the video, you said most of the setup shops and most people that sell sets, they usually have a big split in the back with what we call a big split with with like a 400-ish or so on the left and an 800 to 1,000 pound on the right.
Yes.
And you called it out, right? And you said that's what they do. And then you got to add that together to get your total spring poundage package. Well, look at this. We go get the base setup from Major's Garage, and the first thing you see when you bring up on the screen, you talked about the spring rates. The left rear, guess what? 425. That's what usually about around 400 pounds, give or take a little. So 425 on the left rear, and they got 900 pounds on the right rear. You're going to see that all day long. Anytime you go buy a setup, that's that, and not just buy a set. A lot of teams, that's their base configuration in the rear, that bigger split, 400 to 450 or 475, something like that on the left, and somewhere between 800 and 1,000 or so on the right. That's just what you're going to see all day long, every day. It's going to be normal. And so anyway, so that leads
Yeah.
into the track bar.
Yeah. Well, before I get into that, but you had used one key word, was the base spring package, which is right.
Yep.
And in the last video, we mentioned it to be about 1,200 pounds. And I was just taking a guess at that because that was kind of where we were at Phoenix. But this place here is a little higher G load in the corners, more banking, that kind of stuff. So that package is going to go up. And what we mentioned, the package, once again, you take that left rear, right, that 425, and you add it to that 900. Now you got 1325, right? So we're 125 pounds more in the rear, just in the package alone. That's not including the split, okay? Now the
Right.
split is a total different animal. That's the difference between the right spring and the left spring. So this particular one's just a little bit less. It's like 475. It's almost 500 pounds. The
Right.
other one that we saw was right at like 400 pounds, 400 pound split, but somewhere in there.
And you were talking about shaving 100 pounds here or there from the right side, or adding 100 here or there, and
Yeah.
taking or adding away from the left. If you're a little too tight or a little too loose, that can help you in tightness and looseness, which leads right into the track bar, which you're going to
Yes.
hit right now, which is
Yeah.
another way you can adjust for tightness and looseness in and out of corners. So
Right. So we've got our spring package. Fortunately, Major's Garages did all the work for us. We don't really have to go revisit that right now. As long as we go out and we drive it and it seems relatively close, but I need a finer adjustment. Okay, so now we're going to start breaking the corner down, not just as the corner as a whole, but we're going to use entry, we're going to use the middle, and we're going to use exit. And these are questions that I often ask you when we're working on sets. How does it feel in certain places? A lot of times driver will go in, the entry feels good, but middle off is loose. Okay, that's where we got to go to the track bar, because the track bar, you can have like 3 different types of adjustments. One, if you notice on Majors here, you'll notice that on the track bar on the right rear down here where it says 10, okay, you'll notice that value is higher than the left side. The left side 6. Now 6 on the B open car is the minimum. That's the lowest it can be, is 6. Okay. The right side, we can go to a maximum of 15, but we can't use that full split. We can't use that big split there. iRacing limits us to like 6 and 13. So we have 7 inches of split that we can use maximum this way. But to understand the track bar, it's just a bar that one side's attached to the chassis and the other side is attached to the rear end, which holds it into the center. But by changing these heights, and I'll give you an example. This one has a 4-inch split. You're going to hear a lot of times I'm going to refer to everything as a split. Doesn't matter if it's a tire pressure split, spring split, track bar split. It's always some form of a split, and it's always either a positive split or a negative split, and I'll explain that in a minute. So this particular one, I would consider this a positive split because the right side track bar is higher than the left side. And what that does is that will affect more from the center of the corner off. It'll make you a little bit looser, which is good. That'll get the pressure off the right front so you don't burn it up. Because every time you burn up the right front, then it just pushes and it's just tight. It's terrible to drive and you're slow. So this is why we as tuners come to this track bar and we'll change this split. The higher the split, meaning the bigger the difference, more it's going to want to over rotate or rotate center off. So you just tune it till you get the feeling that you like. Okay, if it's a little too much, drop the right side. If it's not quite enough, raise the right side, and then go from there and see if that gets you where you want. Okay, so that's one way of using the track bar. You can also do both sides up and down. So let's say you have the reaction that you want, but maybe it's just not loose enough for you. Raise it up a couple clicks on both sides. So in this particular case, if we were at 6, I'm going to go to 6.5. I'm going to do 2 clicks on the left and 2 clicks on the right. So it's 6.5 and 10.5. So now I didn't change the characteristics of the corner other than just loosening up the rear of the car. Loosening it up means it wants to rotate more over the entire corner. Okay, I call it timing. That's what we do. We call it timing of the corner. That way, if it's not rotating enough, I'm going to raise both sides. If it's rotating too much in the overall corner, I'm going to drop both sides. If I'm tuning for specifics, that's where we get into just the right side or the left side. Now, this, like I say, is more of a positive split, but there's also another track bar that you can run, and that's called, they use a reference as hillbilly. And what that means is that the left side is higher than the right, okay? And a lot of times where we use that is, let's say you've did everything you could, your spring package is good, but you can't quite, you're just a little bit too loose still coming off. In Atlanta, especially at turn 2, there's a slick spot somewhere in there. The longer you go, about 20, 25 laps, seems to show its ugly head, especially during the daytime. And a lot of times you can't get it by just the track bar alone or just the springs alone. But what we do is we end up raising the left side here. So let me say I'm going to take my left side track bar up to 10, right? And I'm going to lower the right side. Okay, maybe I'll lower it down to 6. Okay, hit apply and it goes. So I can run what we know is what is known as a hillbilly track bar. Now,
Hey, Tracy, I'm from West Virginia, so I know all about hillbillying.
Yeah, usually you guys from West Virginia always beating us Ohio boys anyways, so I'd say you got it figured out. But so when you make that kind of correction, the only thing you have to be aware of is this rear toe in. It changes. So you got to keep in mind what that value was before the change. Okay. So in this case, I don't remember. So I'm going to discard the setup. Oops, I made a mistake there. Let me get this back. Sorry. I just, when I canceled it, it got rid of the whole thing. Let me get majors back. There we go. There it is. So anyhow, okay, so we were at 4 and 4. I couldn't remember what we were at. But if I go and I hillbilly this.
We're +4 on the left and -4 on the right.
Yeah, sorry, I talk in general terms. I'm just used to talking to drivers of what I'm doing. So yeah, +4, -4. So I change it, now watch, it'll change. So now it's +2 and -2, but I got to get it back to that 4 because I don't want to make 2 changes. I only want to make the 1, right? So I go back. There it is, +4, -4, and I've got my reverse track bar here, or hillbilly track bar. So what that'll do for you is it'll let you do your entry to, say, through turn 1, through the middle, and then coming off, instead of getting loose off, now it should tighten it up, okay? Should, to the point where it's not going to slide that rear end. It should drive the nose up out, and that's kind of what we need to do. You have to be careful with this because if you don't set it right, what'll happen is it'll be fast up front, but then we end up cooking the right front tire because it's loading that right front tire more. And then once we get that right front tire unhappy and aggravated, then it's not going to work at all for you. It'll just quit on you and it'll push to the wall. So be easy when you can make those kind of changes. You know, when you're first, you got your new set, you're trying to get it to the way you like it or the way the weather is. Just be sure you have those options. So you have the left side higher and the right side lower, hillbilly or reverse track bar. You have even, if you can run both sides even if you choose to. Most cases we don't. Usually we always want it a little bit loose off, so we always run the right side higher. And like I said, this particular setup had 6 and 10 and should drove pretty good. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this one that I have on the track bar. So between setting the rear spring package in practice and getting that set in, and then taking your setup and racing it through the week with the different weather patterns that they have in iRacing, whether it be cloudy or hot and sunny, you know, that's where I'm going, is that track bar. And that's how the people that are buying these setups can correct it for them too. But that's pretty much it, Mike. That's all I got on this one.
All right, Tracy, man, thank you for another quick tip video here on how to build our setups. I'm really liking this series. It's coming together really well, focusing on one topic per video at a time. I hope that you guys like the way we're breaking this up and it's beneficial to you. And I think that this stuff is stuff that you don't have to go run long runs to be able to feel if you like it or not. I know as a driver, the stuff that Tracy's talked about in the last the previous 2 videos and this one is something you can make a change to. Go out and run like 5, maybe 10 laps tops, and you'll get a good feel for how the car is handling. And then you can go in, make a couple adjustments, go out, run another 5 or 10 laps. Really doesn't take that long to fool around with these first 3 topics that we've mentioned to be able to determine, you know, how the car feels for you as a driver. And you can make those adjustments pretty quick and very simple. So really, if you're going out and getting like one of the free base setups from Major's Garage, like we downloaded and loaded up for this video, if you're going to get one of those, or you go to oldschoolracing.net and get one of the free setups the community has posted there, you can go in, turn a few laps, make some minor adjustments to make the car feel better for you, and you're good to go to race. You know, get some practice in, make sure you're not wrecking all over the place. You can drive the track, but you're good to go. Some of the topics I'm sure we're going to cover in the future videos, we'll talk more about things you can do to help your long run. And then you might want to run a 20, 30, 40 lap run to see how your set's really working out for you during a long run. But really, during a long run as a driver, we need to do some driver development videos. I'll put some of those out, but a lot of taking care of your car and making your car fast in the long run really has more to do with how you're driving the car. So we'll get into those as well. But I really appreciate Tracy continuing this video series with us and coming here today and doing this series we've been doing tonight, and especially this video on track bar. I know that the track bar is a very simple adjustment that can really help you out whenever your car is a little loose, on entry or on exit, or all around the turn, or tight, whatever. But the track bars are very easy, quick, and very useful adjustment in iRacing. One last thing I want to cover real quick is if you have not hit the subscribe button yet, we just ask you to go right down below the video, and there's a subscribe button. Click that if you have not done so yet. And if you like this video in particular and Tracy talking about the track bar, go ahead and give us a big old smack on that thumbs up like button. That's much appreciated. Let's Tracy know that you liked his video. Also, one last thing, there are a couple of affiliate links down in the description below. One is the Major's Garage, we've already mentioned. If you copy and paste that link into your browser, or it may be clickable, I'll have to go back and check and see which. But if you put that link in your browser URL and go to Major's Garage using that link, anything over the next 30 days that you purchase from them as far as a subscription, we get a small commission back here at the channel. Helps us out and doesn't cost you anything. Also, they have free setups, free baseline setups, which is where we got the one that we used in this video, is one of their free baseline setups that they've already got you started on. Also, there is a promo code for Maconi Setup Shop. Jeff Maconi was very nice and contacted me and said he would like to provide a 10% discount to all of you, our viewers and subscribers here at Area 51, with that 10% discount when checking out and making purchases at Maconi Setup Shop. The 10% discount is good for any non-subscription purchase. So any single setup purchase that you make there, just type in area code 50, or not area code, area 51 is the promo code. Type in area 51 for the promo code with no space in it, just all together at checkout at Maconi Setup Shop, and you will get your 10% off for being a viewer and subscriber here at Area 51 Alien Factory. For myself and the Admiral, Tracy Rumschlag, we appreciate you being with us here for this video, and we will see you in the next one.